My name is Kojo Yankson, and today I will work harder than I've ever done before. Until tomorrow, when I'll be breaking today's record. Good morning, Ghana 4.
Hello there, live from digital address GA0993341. This is Joy News at 6 with me, Benis Abubeidulansa. This bulletin is on Joy 99.7 and hits 103.9 FM in Accra, on Love 99.5 FM in Kumasi, affiliate across Ghana's 16 regions and around the world at myjoyonline.com. Coming up, President Akufo-Addo directs Ministry of Aviation to engage Civil Aviation Authority as the country prepares to reopen the borders on September 1.
Under my instructions, the Ministry of Aviation, the Ghana Civil Aviation Authority, have been working with the Ministry of Health and its agencies to ascertain our readiness to reopen our airport.
We've got details plus tertiary institutions to reopen on August 24. We have details of the President's 15th address to the nation on COVID-19. And Joy News begins series on phenomenal Ghanaian leaders and the achievements of great personalities today with a premiere of the life of John Agyekum Kufuor.
What is your government doing about JJ, about the remarks that he has been making?
The people of Ghana reacted, and they reacted very, very effectively.
And for Joy News Agenda, we take you to Room 6, a community at Ashale Botre here in Accra, where roads have been bad for more than 25 years.
Dry people, make people try. They get majority of their vote from this side. I see our situation. If you the drivers there, I see the government haters. I see maybe you have taken the government in wipe.
And in business,
government expresses commitment to ensure the country fully benefits from the African Free Trade Agreement as President Akufo-Addo formally hands over Secretariat to the African Union later this morning. We have details in 15 minutes.
Also in this package, tributes pour in for longest-serving editor for the multimedia group, Saeed Ali Yaqub, who passed on yesterday. Thanks for your company. The details now. President Akufo-Addo has directed the Aviation Ministry to engage the Ghana Civil Aviation Authority and other stakeholders in readiness for the opening of the country's airport by 1st September. The Ministry of Health will this week, with agencies, conduct a simulation exercise at the airports to establish the risk exposure in opening the borders. In his 15th address to the nation, the President said those who will be using the country's borders will be tested to limit the spread of COVID-19.
The Ministry of Aviation, the Ghana Civil Aviation Authority, and the Ghana Airports Company Limited have been working with the Ministry of Health and its agencies to ascertain our readiness to reopen our airport. I want to ensure that we are in a position to test every single passenger that arrives in the country to avoid the spread of the virus. The outcome of that exercise will show us the way and determine when we can reopen our border by air. I'm hoping that by God's grace, we'll be ready to do so by the 1st of September.
The President also directed tertiary schools to reopen for continuing students to return back to their classrooms.
Through online learning portals, almost all continuing students in our universities have completed their studies for the academic year. The exceptions are the University of Cape Coast, the University of Health and Allied Sciences, technical universities, and some other colleges. After extensive stakeholder consultations, the decision has been taken for continuing students in these tertiary institutions to return to school on 24th August.
President Akufo-Addo, they're directing tertiary schools to reopen for continuing students to return to class. Meanwhile, the Ghana Medical Association is urging a rigorous testing as the country plans to reopen its borders. Dr. Justice Yankson is General Secretary of the association.
I think that one thing we need to all understand at this point is that our testing capacity has to be robust at this point. Reason is that we are not just dealing with the inflow that we are going to get while the airport is open. As we ease the restrictions, we should be in a position to test as many people as possible as and when the need arises.
General Secretary of the Ghana Medical Association, Dr. Justice Yankson there. Now, the media space gets saturated with news stories and tributes pouring in, eulogizing the life of leaders and outstanding individuals when they die. But truth is, the dead can't hear or watch all the great things that those living speak of them. That is why Joy News, through its Ghana's Great documentary series, is committing to tell the stories of phenomenal leaders and the achievements of great personalities while they are still alive. This week, Joy News premieres the life of John Agyekum Kufuor on Ghana's Greats, telling the stories of greatness.
What is your government doing about JJ, about the remarks that he has been making?
The people of Ghana reacted, and they reacted very, very effectively.
I found him to be a brilliant art scholar and also a person born with innate wisdom.
It showed that within a period of 8 years, if you have the right policies, there could be very good social intervention measures which could give people the hope that things are possible, that things could be done.
We have this huge problem, a dislocated economy to work on.
The country was bankrupt. Worse than it is, perhaps today people think we were bankrupt in 2016 or whatever. The country was bankrupt. That's what led to the declaration of the HIPIC status. Why do we go HIPIC? Some kind of pride. But the fact is that we're bankrupt. And nobody has asked why we're bankrupt. Because there was a leader then, isn't it? There was a leader for 19 years.
Those are excerpts of Ghana's Greats, which airs this morning on the Super Morning Show at 8:45 a.m. to make a date. Today, we bring you Joy News Agenda from Room 6, a community near Ashalibotwe Lakeside Estates here in Accra. Residents say their roads have been in poor state for more than 2 decades. PSC Nanaya Safo has more.
At first look, the lands beyond Lakeside Estate in Ashalibotwe are perfectly normal, but a closer look reveals potholes in the roads which can best be described as mini craters. A drive in this part of town requires skill, extreme patience, and most importantly, one has to necessarily fasten their seatbelt.
So many years I've been praying for this road, more than 25 years.
Stephen Ntie is a taxi driver here.
Here, anytime they will say, election, you rise to vote for them. But yes, still, our road, see how it is.
Officials of the Denton Municipal Assembly admit the roads need to be fixed in order to relieve residents of the agony they are faced with. Adentan MC Alexander Ninoy Edumwa says plans are underway to construct an ultramodern drain in the area.
I mean, what's the point in putting a road there when coal tar and water do not mix? Water is coming from the top. The next rainy season, water will go under the coal tar that you have built, and then it comes off. And when it's been tarred before, the road has been tarred before, and the potholes come, they are worse than when they do not have the.
Adentan MC ending that report by PSC and Anaya Safo. Now to an update on Friday's night's fire outbreak at Shiashi in Accra. The MP for the area, Lydia Sarah Malhassan, is appealing for support for more than 100 people who were displaced.
It hasn't been easy for my people, as you can see. It's difficult. We have provided them with the basic needs, their food, some clothing, and shelter. There's a lot more that we can do for them. As an MP, I cannot do it all alone. We have spoken to NADMO, but I want to call on my constituents. We have well-meaning, supportive. I want to appeal to you all this afternoon to come to our aid.
MP for also West Wogan, Lydia Sarah Malhassan there. Now, today on Arrival Live, it's emerged a number of motorists in the Upper West region are not qualified to drive or ride because they do not have licenses. This is illegal and is putting the lives of residents in danger. The Upper West Regional Coordinating Council is worried about this. Regional Minister Dr. Hafiz bin Sali says a number of avoidable accidents being recorded in the region are from that.
The fact that most of them are not licensed is an indication that they are not abreast of the rules